moonlight touched the floor. There were bottles full of starlight and old maps behind the door. There were kettles made of copper, there were gears that softly spun, and a wizard gnome named Finn worked there when the day was done. He mixed a drop of thunder with a spoon of morning dew. Then he whispered to the candle, let the hidden spark come through. All the windows started humming, all the rafters shook with light, and the shadows danced like fireflies across the walls that night. Then the clockwork kettle rattled, and the spell began to sing. Every little brass bell trembled, every silver charm took wing. There was a spark, there was a flame, there was a tiny dragon calling out a name. Through the smoke, through the glow, came a little pair of wings from the world below. Finn stepped near, it looked up, two lonely hearts by a copper cup. And the night grew warm and the dark grew bright when the first spark found its light. Pip was small as a teacup, with his tail curled round his feet, with a frightened little heartbeat, and eyes so wide and sweet. He had soot upon his whiskers, he had sparks between his claws, and he sneezed a puff of fire that burned holes in Finn's old drawers. Finn jumped back in surprise and nearly spilled his moonbeam tea. Then he saw the dragon trembling underneath the willow key. So he laid his wand beside him and he lowered down his hat, saying, easy now, small wanderer, we can fix a thing like that. Pip blinked once and Pip blinked twice, then he gave a tiny cry. Finn held out a crumb of honey cake, and the fear began to die. There was a spark, there was a flame, there was a tiny dragon calling out a name. Through the smoke, through the glow, came a little pair of wings from the world below. Finn stepped near, Pip looked up, two lonely hearts by a copper cup. And the night grew warm and the dark grew bright when the first spark found its light. All around the little workshop, every potion changed its hue, turning gold and green and violet, turning sky and ocean blue. The old broom swept in circles, the books flew from the shelf, and Finn began to laugh in spite of trying to control himself. Climbed into a teapot, then he tumbled in a bowl, then he dragged a glowing ribbon from a jar marked dragon soul. Finn said, no, not that one, but Pip was already flying free, with a trail of sparkling mischief round the old enchanted tree. But beneath the wild commotion, something gentle had begun. Not a spell and not a potion, but a bond between the two had spun. There was a spark, there was a flame, there was a tiny dragon calling out a name. Through the smoke, through the glow, came a little pair of wings from the world below. Finn stepped near, Pip looked up, two lonely hearts by a copper cup. And the night grew warm and the dark grew bright when the first spark found its light. Maybe magic is not always in a book or silver ring. Maybe sometimes it arrives on tiny smoke-stained dragon wings. Maybe home is not a cottage, not a table, not a chair. Maybe home begins the moment someone sees you standing there. Finn had spent so many evenings with his spells and maps alone. Pip had flown through storm and shadow, searching for a place unknown. But the stars above the chimney seemed to shimmer soft and far, as if the sky had gently said, this is where beginnings are. There was a spark, there was a flame, there was a tiny dragon who finally had a name. Through the smoke, through the glow, came a friendship only lonely hearts could know. Finn stood tall, Pip flew high, firelight dancing in the midnight sky. of the first part. Morning light through dusty glass, tiny claw prints running past. Copper kettles shook with steam, nothing worked quite as it seemed. Finn had barely slept at all, blueprints scattered wall to wall, trying to repair a gear Pip had fixed the night last year. Pip flew proudly through the room, trailing sparks beside the broom, wearing goggles far too wide, with a wrench held at his side. Finn said softly, "Please don't touch." Then a lever turned too much, every pipe began to scream, bursting clouds of purple steam. Ticking clocks began to spin, magic poured from every bin. Books flew wildly through the air, smoke and glitter everywhere. Pip looked shocked for half a beat, then danced proudly on the seat. Finn just sighed and shook his head. "Maybe tea instead," he said. Tiny wings and trouble, chaos in the air, potion sparks and copper gears exploding everywhere. Finn says, "Pip, stop touching that." But Pip just laughs again, turning every quiet morning into mayhem in the den. Tiny wings and trouble, firelight and fun. Maybe nothing works correctly, but life has just begun. Though the workshop shakes apart and smoke rolls through the hall, Finn would never trade the dragon for a silent room at all. Glowing ink, poured it in the kitchen sink. Suddenly the wooden floor started floating near the door. Lanterns bounced around the beams, tables drifted like strange dreams. Finn climbed halfway up a shelf, trying not to curse himself, and Pip found a silver key marked "Do not use before 3." Naturally the dragon grinned, turned the lock, and chaos entered in. Tiny brass machines awoke, one blew bubbles, one blew smoke. One played tavern songs too loud, drawing half the village crowd. Neighbors gathered by the gate, watching gears oscillate. Someone yelled, "Is this a show?" Finn said, "Honestly, I don't know." Pip bowed proudly from the roof as another gadget poofed, and despite the wild disaster, Finn began to laugh much faster. Tiny wings and trouble, chaos in the air, potion sparks and copper gears exploding everywhere. Finn says, "Pip, stop touching that." But Pip just laughs again, turning every quiet morning into mayhem in the den. Tiny wings and trouble, bright embers in the night. Every broken little moment somehow feels exactly right. Though the workshop shakes and cracks and gears roll down the wall, Finn would never trade the dragon for a silent room at all. Later when the day grew calm, rain tapped softly on the barn. Pip curled near the fireplace glow, watching tiny embers flow. Finn repaired the shattered chair, burn marks everywhere to spare. Soot across his weary face, still the quiet smile remained. For before the dragon came, every night it felt the same. Just old clocks and empty halls, dusty shelves and silent walls. Now the workshop breathed and sang, even when the kettles banged, even when the windows broke, or the pantry filled with smoke. Maybe magic's not perfection, maybe wonder's loud and strange. Maybe every great adventure starts with everything changing. Pip slept softly by the flame, dreaming skies he'd never name. Finn looked out through rainy glass, watching storm clouds slowly pass. Then he whispered with a grin, "To think this all began with him." Tiny wings and trouble, golden sparks that fly, tiny dragon laughter filling every corner high. Finn no longer walks alone, no more silent winter nights. Now the old enchanted workshop glows with firelight. now than home. So the clocks kept softly ticking, rain still whispered through the pines. Pip snored gently by the fire, tiny sparks in drifting lines, and Finn rode upon a blueprint, while the candles flickered gold. Some disasters become magic if you're lucky enough to hold. Along the hill, everything around stood still. Golden light through branches shone on the little workshop home. Thin tied ropes around the cart, maps and gadgets packed with care. Copper kettles softly chimed like they knew it was the time. Pip flew circles overhead, trailing sparks of gold and red, landing proudly on the wheel, far too excited to stay still. The chimney smoke curled thin and slow toward the distant roads below, and though the house had sheltered years, adventure called beyond their fears. Finn looked back one final time at the gears and bells and chimes. Then he smiled beneath his hat. Well, I suppose that settles that. Pip gave one triumphant roar, tiny paws against the door, as if the world beyond the lane had already called his name. On the road to Eldermere, through the valleys cold and clear, magic dancing in the shining in their eyes, toward the world they never seen, past the hills of evergreen. Every tavern, every spark, every lantern in the dark leads them farther than before, on the road to Eldermere. They crossed a river wild and bright, silver underneath the light. Pip chased fish beneath the foam, while Finn repaired a broken spoke. Travelers passed along the trail, sharing stories, songs, and ale. One old bard beside the fire played a tune upon old wire. Where you headed? Someone cried. Finn just pointed eastward wide. Pip stood proudly on the cart, puffing smoke to look more hard. Laughter echoed through the trees, carried softly on the breeze. And for once the world felt wide, not with fear, but with delight. Night arrived with violet skies, stars reflected in Pip's eyes. Finn unfolded ancient charts, covered full with question marks. Every road and every flame whispered softly of their names, as the old world slowly turned toward the places left to learn. On the road to Eldermere, past the forest dark and sheer, magic drifting through the storm, keeping weary travelers warm. Finn and Pip through moonlit rain, dreaming dreams beyond the plain, toward the lights they barely see, calling through eternity. Every mountain, every stream, every strange and wondrous thing pulls them farther than before, on the road to Eldermere. The pines, Finn repaired old copper lines, trying to rebuild a lamp damaged somewhere near the camp. Pip meanwhile had wandered far, following a falling star, till a howl rose through the dark, deep within the forest bark. Finn grabbed quickly for his staff, heart now beating twice as fast, calling loudly through the trees, while the branches shook with breeze. Then a burst of golden flame lit the woods in Pip's small name. Tiny dragon standing proud, scaring off the wolves around. Finn just sighed in sheer relief, half annoyed and half beneath. breathe the growing warmth he could not hide, watching Pip stand by his side. Far beyond the mountain snow, countless roads still left to go. Ancient towers, hidden seas, sleeping ruins, mystery. And though neither truly knew what the coming months held through, every mile began to show home is not a place alone. Home can ride beside your cart, laugh beside a fire in dark, stand beside you through the storm, keeping wandering spirits warm. On the road to Eldermere, no more chains and no more fear. Magic rising through the sky, golden sparks and dragons fly. Pin and Pip through endless nights, guided by enchanted light, toward the world they long to see, chasing wonder endlessly. Every song and every road, every friend and heavy load, builds the story more and more on the road to Eldermere. Morning slowly reached the hills, softly turning streams to silver. Finn pulled gently on the reins, Pip flew laughing through the rain. And beyond the distant glow, farther than they'd ever known, Eldermere still brightly burned, waiting for their turn. Waiting for their turn. Stones cold against the wagon spokes, thunder crossed the evening sky, darkening the mountainside. Finn pulled tightly on the reins, water dripping from the chains. Pip flew close beside the cart, tiny flames against the dark. Lantern light then pierced the storm, golden windows glowing warm. An old tavern by the hill, waiting silent, calm and still. Music drifted through the rain, soft and low like distant waves. And the sign above the door read the brass lantern in. Finn pushed open weathered wood, warm, free place, the cold for good. Every traveler turned to see the dragon and the gnome arrive. Pip shook rain across the floor, startling half the room at once. Then he sneezed a spark of flame as laughter echoed through the hall. Lanterns in the rain tonight, golden warmth and firelight, songs that drift through wooden halls, magic dancing on the walls. Finn and Pip beside the flame, travelers no longer strange. Though the storm may loudly cry, warmth still lives where songs survive. Lanterns in the rain tonight, shadows soft and embers bright. Far from roads both cold and wide, they found shelter for the night. Fiddles sang beside the hearth, old musicians trading parts. One old sailor stamped his boot, keeping rhythm near the lute. Pip climbed quickly on a chair, stealing chestnuts without care, while a barmaid tried in vain to stop him drinking frothy cream. Finn apologized once more, like he often had before, but the tavern only laughed, calling Pip the fiery cat. Near the fireside, travelers worn coats still dripping from the storm, sharing maps and whispered tales of hidden rooms beyond the veil. Finn listened through the noise at the songs and cheerful voices, and for once he did not feel like a stranger passing through. Pip curled proudly by the blaze, sleep beginning in his gaze, while outside the thunder rolled against the mountains dark and cold. Lanterns in the rain tonight, golden mugs and candlelight, every weary wandering soul found a place to rest a while. Finn and Pip among the crowd, songs and laughter rising loud. Though tomorrow roads may call, tonight they need no more at all. Lanterns in the rain tonight, tiny sparks and amber light, magic lives in simple things, in songs and fires and company. The hour grew late, rain still hammered on the slate. Finn repaired a broken gear for an old clockmaker near. Pip meanwhile had somehow found the kitchen halfway underground, emerging proudly through the smoke with 3 fresh pastries he had borrowed. The tavern roared with endless cheer, stories filling every ear. One bard sang of ancient kings, another sang of silver seas. Finn sat quietly for a while, watching lanterns' shadows shine, and he realized somewhere then the world felt larger than before. Because of towers tall, or ancient ruins, maps and halls, but because each road revealed more wandering hearts like his. Maybe home is not one place, not one roof or fireplace. Maybe home is lantern light shared with strangers in the night. Maybe songs can build a bridge between the lost and wandering, and maybe storms are not so cold when someone waits beside the fire. Pip climbed softly on Finn's knee, half asleep from stolen treats, while the rain outside grew faint against the glowing tavern panes. Lanterns in the rain tonight, golden warmth and firelight, every song and every smile made the long road feel worthwhile. Finn and Pip still journey on through the dusk and toward the dawn, but they'll always carry near the warmth they found inside the sin. Lanterns in the rain tonight, guiding weary souls inside. And though tomorrow's storms may rise, the fire still burns behind their eyes. Morning slowly reached the hills, rain at last had fallen still. Finn prepared the cart once more, Pip waved proudly from the door, and behind them, soft and low, lantern lights still gently glowed, like small stars beside the road. In silver haze, soft upon the forest plains, Finn adjusted straps and gears, while Pip chased birds through open air. Then across the distant road came a sound both strange and bold. Wheels and music rolled as one beneath the rising golden sun. Painted wagons crossed the hill, turning slowly by the mill. Copper pipes and lantern chains shining bright despite the rain. Tiny steam carts puffed and hissed, fiddles danced through morning mist, and banners against the wind so cold. Pip flew higher through the sky, eyes reflecting wonder bright, while Finn stood frozen by the trail, watching magic rolling near. One old traveler waved them near. Come along, what keeps you here? And before the gnome could think, Pip had landed on the lead cart. Clockwork Caravan roll on through the dusk and toward the dawn. Songs and lanterns lead the way, turning night to brighter days. Finn and Pip among the crowd, laughing, singing long and loud. Magic gears and tavern cheer, adventure always waiting here. Clockwork Caravan ride free across enchanted valleys. Greet every wheel and violin carries wandering dreamers in. The caravan stretched far and wide like a moving countryside. Potion tellers brewed blue flame, calling every drink by name. A woman forged enchanted keys, one old bark's old melodies. Airship captains mapped the skies under floating lantern light. Finn repaired a copper drone built from parts and polished stone, while a tinkerer nearby showed him gears that almost flew. Pip meanwhile caused quite a scene, stealing pies and tangerines. Children chased him through the grass, laughing till they nearly crashed. One performer dressed in gold balanced fire while juggling bolts. Pip attempted it as well, accidentally burning tents. Smoke rose briefly through the square, travelers burst out in cheers. Someone shouted through the noise, the dragon's worth the trip alone. Finn buried his face inside, trying hard his best to hide, yet he couldn't stop the grin slowly spreading once again. Clockwork Caravan rolled on past the rivers deep and long. Songs and stories filled the night beneath the lantern firelight. Finn and Pip through sparks and steam, living larger, wilder dreams. Every mile and every song makes the wandering heart grow strong. Clockwork Caravan ride free through enchanted mystery, magic humming in the air, wonder waiting everywhere. Fires burned, travelers gathered wheel by wheel, cooking stew and sharing tales of frozen seas and hidden trails. One old inventor softly spoke of shattered towers wrapped in smoke and cities floating in the sky, powered by forgotten light. Listen beside the flame, writing quickly every name. Every map and every clue filled his restless mind anew. Pip sat proudly near the drums, keeping rhythm with his tale, till musicians pulled him close to join the dancing in the ring. Round and round the campfire bright, songs rose through the velvet night. And Finn realized quietly then, he no longer feared the road. For every mile now seemed alive, every stranger kind and bright. And somewhere deep beneath the stars, adventure felt like home itself. Far beyond the mountain line, more unknown roads waited still, yet the caravan taught them both. Not all wanderers are lost, some are searching songs and sparks, some are chasing brighter hearts, some are simply trying to find a place where wonder survives. It curled near the fading fire, dreaming steamships climbing higher, while Finn looked out beyond the hills toward futures yet unseen. Clockwork Caravan roll on, carry dreamers toward the dawn, through the storms and through the years, past the doubt and past the fear. Finn and Pip still traveling free across enchanted mystery, magic burning in their eyes like lantern stars across the sky. Clockwork Caravan right strong, every travel sings along, and the roads may twist and bend, the wonder never truly ends. Morning bells began to ring, steam cart's hissed awake again. Finn climbed softly to the cart, Pip already racing ahead. And behind them wheels still rolled, past the valleys green and gold, toward adventures yet untold. Settled cold and blue, across the hills they wandered through, silent valleys wrapped in haze, lost beneath forgotten days. Finn unfolded weather charts, covered full with faded marks. One old symbol softly glowed near the winding forest road. Travelers in the village square spoke in whispers low and rare of a hill no map could hold, filled with secrets deep and old. Pip looked upward through the mist, watching floating lantern wisps. Tiny sparks around his wings danced like living silver strings. Then the earth beneath the grass softly trembled as they passed, and somewhere underneath the stone a distant ancient bell had grown. Finn gripped tightly to the light, Pip flew closer through the night as the hill began to glow with emerald fire below. Beneath the hollow hill tonight, ancient stones and emerald light, whispers drifting through the dark like forgotten sleeping sparks. Finn and Pip still pressing on toward the echoes underground, every step and every flame calling softly out their names. Beneath the hollow hill they roam, far below the world they know, through the ruins buried deep where the oldest magic sleeps. The roots stretch downward through the stone, twisting round the ancient halls. Crystal rivers softly shine like frozen stars beneath the earth. Pillars carved with silver runes reached beneath enormous rooms, and broken gears still slowly turned, powered by forgotten force. Pip flew wildly through the air, chasing glowing lights everywhere, till his tail brushed ancient glass and awakened hidden paths. Golden symbols burst awake, walls began to softly shake, and somewhere far beneath the hill old machines began to sing. Finn stared wide-eyed at the sight, maps forgotten in the light. Every chamber seemed to hold stories centuries old. Then a distant melody rose like wind across the deep, not from voices, not from strings, but the ruins themselves singing. Pip grew suddenly still and calm, tiny fire within his claws, while Finn whispered soft and low, someone built this long ago. Beneath the hollow hill tonight, ancient flames still burning bright, hidden deep beneath the ground, magic can still be found. Finn and Pip through crystal halls, shadowed gates and ancient walls. Every ruin, every sign speaks of lost, forgotten time. Beneath the hollow hill below, secrets older than they know, sleeping softly in the stone, waiting centuries alone. Deep within the largest hall stood a door immense and tall, covered full with moving gears, untouched now for countless years. At its center burned a flame, blue and silver without name, turning slowly like the tide, though no living soul survived. Pip looked softly toward Finn then, tiny eyes reflecting flames. And though neither spoke aloud, both could feel the moment change. Beneath the hollow hill tonight, ancient stars return to life, magic flowing through the stone like it never truly left. Finn and Pip still wandering far, guided by forgotten stars, every road and mystery leading deeper endlessly. Beneath the hollow hill they stand, holding fire within their hands, and the ruins softly sing as the ancient bells now ring. Far above the storm winds cry, nights still cover mountains wide, but beneath the earth below, emerald rivers still would glow. Finn closed slowly up the map, Pip could sleeping in his lap, while the ruins softly hummed, like the journey had begun again. Descended soft and slow on the hills and woods below. Silver moonlight touched the lake, turning waves to drifting glass. Finn prepared the evening fire near the quiet water's edge, while Pip circled overhead, trailing sparks of gold and red. Then across the silent shore, tiny lights began to glow. Fireflies in endless streams moved like living woven dreams. Firefly Lake shine tonight, golden sparks and silver light, magic drifting through the air, wonder waiting everywhere. Finn and Pip beside the flame, no two nights are quite the same. Through the dark the whole world sings, with tiny hearts and glowing wings. Pip chased lights above the reeds, laughing softly in the breeze, till he slipped into the lake with an indignant little squeak. Finn pulled quickly off his boots, wading through the silver blue, trying hard not to laugh aloud as Pip splashed around the shore. Later by the fading fire, Finn repaired a broken wire, while Pip curled beside his pack, half asleep and warm at last. Firefly lay calm and deep, guard the wandering while they sleep. Every ember, every flame feels like magic once again. Finn and Pip still journey far, guided by the moon and stars. Every road and every spark brings more light into the dark. Magic isn't loud, not in storms or roaring crowds. Maybe wonder softly stays in quiet moments by the lake. Finn looked softly toward Pip then, at the tiny sleeping dragon, and the loneliness he'd known felt farther away than before. Carry softly on the breeze, songs of wandering memories. Finn and Pip still wandering free through enchanted mystery. And when morning finally wakes, may the wonder still remain. Slowly dawn began to rise, soft blue color touched the sky. Fireflies faded one by one, like the ending of a dream. And somewhere in the waking woods, adventure waited once again. silver pines. Lantern towers burn like gold against the evening dark and cold. Music thundered through the square, steam and laughter filled the air. And above the crowded street hung a sign of brass and wings. The Brasswing Tavern glowing bright, like a beacon in the night, calling travelers from afar beneath the rising evening stars. Thick blue circles overhead, trailing sparks of gold and red. While Finn paused beside the gate, half in awe and half amazed. The tavern door swung open wide, warmth and music poured outside. Every table packed with souls, trading stories by the fire. Someone shouted from the crowd, by the skies a dragon now. And before Finn blinked twice, Pip was carried through the room. Raise your mouths and sing aloud, Brasswing Tavern proud and loud. Songs and stories fill the hall, magic dancing on the walls. Finn and Pip, two sparks and cheer, adventure always waiting here. Every traveler, every song makes the wandering heart grow strong. Brasswing Tavern burning bright, lantern fire through the night, where the roads of countless lands meet beside the fiddler's stand. Skyship captains line the bar, coats embroidered full of stars. Inventors carrying strange machines, maps of places never seen. Potion brewers traded drinks that glowed silver, blue and pink, while musicians near the stage played reels wild enough to shake the beams. Pip, meanwhile, had somehow climbed onto barrels stacked too high, wearing someone's captain hat like a king upon a throne. The crowd erupted into cheers as he sneezed sparks through the air, accidentally lighting up half the lanterns overhead. Finn buried his face inside, though he couldn't help but smile, because for once the dragon's chaos only made the tavern brighter. One old inventor wafted near, showing him strange copper gears, tiny engines built to fly, powered by enchanted light. Finn's eyes widened like a child, questions racing fast and wild, while around them songs and drums echoed through the crowded room. Raise your mugs and stomp the floor, Brasswing Tavern calls for more. Every fiddle, every flame turns strangers into friends again. Finn and Pip among the crowd, laughing, singing long and loud through the smoke and lantern light. Everything feels so alive tonight. Brasswing Tavern glowing warm, safe against the cold and storm, where every traveler can belong, if only for a single song. Later, as the night rolled on, the tavern sang in roaring waves. Bards climbed proudly to the stage, trading legends line by line. One sang tales of frozen seas, one of buried kingdoms deep, one of dragons made from stars sleeping far beyond the world. Then the fiddler called aloud, who among this lively crowd has a story worth a song to carry through the years. Pip immediately climbed the stage, spreading tiny wings with pride, while the tavern burst apart, laughing at the fearless dragon. Then stood frozen near the wall, till the crowd began to call, tell us where you've traveled from, tell us how the dragon came. So for the first time on the road, Finn shared stories of his home, of the workshop, sparks and smoke. And the night could first appear, the tavern listened still and close, even quieter than before, as if somewhere every traveler recognized the feeling too. Maybe every wandering soul carries pieces still unknown, searching roads and distant lights, trying hard to find their place. And maybe songs or lantern flames, keeping lonely hearts awake, guiding strangers through the dark toward a fire warm enough to stay. Go proudly on the stage, half asleep from all the praise, while Finn looked around the hall and no longer felt alone. Raise your mugs and sing once more, Brasswing Tavern roar and soar, through the years and through the storms, keep the wandering spirits warm. Finn and Pip still traveling free across enchanted mystery, every road and every flame building legends from their names. Brasswing Tavern shining high, lantern stars against the sky. Though the night will someday end, the songs will live again. Slowly dawn approached the hills, yet the tavern glowed on still. Fiddles softer now than before, embers fading near the floor. Finn stepped quietly toward the door, Pip asleep upon his shoulder. And somewhere through the waking dawn, new adventures waited on. As the forest blocked the day, ancient pines stretched tall and wide, like old guardians of time. Whispers drifted through the trees, carried softly on the breeze. Runes beneath the mossy stone glowed with light long overgrown. It flew fearless through the mist, trailing sparks of amber light, while Finn followed lantern glow down forgotten roads below. Through the whispering pines they roam, far away from roads and home. Magic drifting through the trees, carried by enchanted breeze. Finn and Pip still searching on, through the night toward the dawn. Every shadow, every flame calls them deeper once again. Silver owls crossed overhead, silent wings of ghostly white, while beneath the roots and snow, ancient hidden pathways glowed. Finn uncovered shattered stone, marked with symbols long unknown. And somewhere far beneath the hills, old machines awaken still. Pip emerged from drifting Somewhere deep beneath the woods, ancient magic softly hums. Climbed the mountainside, soft beneath the fading night. Golden light through silver clouds touched the valleys far below. Finn stood quietly on the ridge, watching lantern roads below, while Pip rested by the fire, tiny wings beside the glow. Beyond the forest deep, past the river's ruined seas, every road they traveled crossed like threads beneath the dawn. The first spark still burns tonight, golden flame and guiding light. Though the roads have led them far, still they follow wonders. Quiet nights in the workshop on the hill, only ticking gears and smoke, keeping lonely silence warm. Then one spell had changed it all, golden fire across the walls, tiny dragon wings of red bursting from the light. Every tavern, every song, every road they walked along, every ruin, every storm, lit now somewhere in their hearts. The first spark still lights the way through the dark and through the day. Every lantern, every flame carries forward both their names. Finn and Pip still journey free across endless mystery, and though worlds may rise and fall, wonder still survives it all. Maybe every spark begins small enough to miss at first, just a flicker in the dark, barely brighter than the stars. But with time and open hearts, tiny flames can someday grow into stories carried far beyond the edge of memory. Finn looked out toward the dawn, Pip spread glowing wings beside him, and together both stepped forward toward the road still left unknown. still softly glowed, like the first spark never faded.